friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome back to my channel, J Scott Beauty. Today is day 3 of our week of Sephora holiday sales event. Today we are doing the try-on of all the products that I got and a little sneak peek slash behind the scenes. I already filmed this video. It was really good, except it didn't record. So I've already been in these products once. That's okay. Because listen, I bought them. I plan on using them over and over and over again. So we're just going to do it for a second time. But shh, don't tell anyone I told you that. Okay, so if you remember, these are all the products behind me that I purchased. I will have them listed down below and linked if you are care to purchase yourselves. This video is not sponsored. Listen, there's only 50 of you. Sephora isn't hitting me up for a sponsorship. I did pay for everything myself. Of course I saved 20% off. That's why we're here. So we're going to try these things on and see how we like them. First up, incoming janky mirror so I can see myself. Second-hand mirror for up close of myself. All right, so you remember I got the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. This is their gripping primer, and actually, let me read to you. I actually always read the packages of the things I buy. Listen, I read the instructions of everything I buy. Even when I get a new car, I read the instructions. And you want to know why? Well, I've always done it. But little side story, my husband had a car for 2.5 years before he knew it had a heated steering wheel. Yeah, he went through 2 winters of not knowing he could turn on his steering wheel to heat it up. So I read everything because I want to know what everything does. So let's read what this gripping primer does. Here we go. It says, hemp-derived cannabis extract hydrates to plump and smooth for blissed-out skin. I want blissed-out skin. Grip It. A shot of blue agave holds makeup all day for a super fresh finish. I want a super fresh finish. Dose Up. Aloe water, cherry blossom, hyaluronic acid, and B vitamins boost skin for a healthier looking base. I want a healthier looking base. Universal Goodness. Oil-free, silicone-free, tinted green formula goes on clear to work across all skin tones and types. Directions. Pump 1 to 2 shots of primer on back of your hand. Blend a thin layer onto clean skin before makeup application. Allow formula 1 minute to fully absorb to activate grip for all day hold. So there we know now from reading it that when we put it on, we want to let it set up for 1 minute so the activating gripping primer part will start working. Okay, so here we go with our Hydro Grip. I'm going to do 2 pumps on the back of my hand. And as you can see, ooh, look at that. Yeah, she kind of sticky. Although I will say it doesn't feel sticky. So let me just pat this and rub it in. Yeah, it doesn't feel sticky going on. It does have, you know, a viscous, slightly thick feeling, but once I wipe it on, get it in my hair, I'm gonna pat it in, especially in the T-zone where my makeup will get oily and slide around if I don't prime. All right, I'm gonna give it 1 minute to set up. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been a minute. It has set up. I don't feel it on my skin, so it's not bothersome at all. It doesn't even really feel that tacky. So let's see what it's going to do. I always use the Cover FX gripping primer, and this actually does feel a little tackier when it dries. So we'll see how our Milk Hydro Grip holds up. I'm going to go in and do my whole base right now. I'm going to do my foundation, my concealer, my powder, and my eyebrows because I didn't buy any base products. So I'm going to do that off camera and I will be right back. Okay, I have my whole base on. We're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So if you remember my last video, I talked about how I got the mini size because I felt like this bronze shade here was a pretty cool toned bronze, and I thought it might be nice for for contouring. So that's what I'm going to do with it today. Now I'm not a makeup artist, so I just do minimal blending of contour when I'm feeling it. I don't do it all the time. I don't do it every day. But when, you know, I want to carve out a cheek, why not? If I want to pretend I have cheekbones, I'm going to pretend. So my immediate impression of this is that it goes on smoothly. It's not patchy, it's not sticking and not blending. It is just, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So I go in the hollows of my cheek, where they used to be. Just go under, and then I blend that up a little bit just so I don't have a harsh line. Yeah, and now I have a little bit of a cheekbone. Now I could go farther down and kind of round this area out here to make my cheek appear fuller, but that's really not the look I'm going for today. I just wanted to see if this was going to work for a contour shade. And I think it is. Now I do think it has enough warmth that I could use it for bronzing, but on me, when I'm pasty like this, I don't think it's the perfect bronze shade for me. I'm gonna slightly contour my nose, nothing crazy, just to see how we like. Make sure it's blending. And like with the cheeks, I bring the blend down to the sides of my nose, because that's where the natural shadows are. Now I could go on and on and on and just contour and contour and contour this nose, because sometimes that's fun, but today I'm not in the mood for it. I did a slight contour and I'm cool with that. Now I'm going to go in with my actual bronzer. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2. So this is a decent sized pan. I mean, there's a lot of product in here. And not to mention, isn't this just so pretty? Oh God, I love her packaging. Oh, that's half the fun of makeup. Oh. All right, so let's warm up the temples. Warm up the face. It is a nice light shade. And honestly, sometimes I will just use the bronzer as my blush. When I want kind of a neutral, naked, not really wearing makeup type of vibe, I would definitely do that. As a matter of fact, with the lipsticks that we have, those very red ones from Patrick Ta, that would be perfect. A nice nude face with that bright lip, one of my favorite looks of all times. Yeah, this is nice and buildable. It doesn't, you know, show like a whole lot of pigment at first, so you do build it up, which I appreciate. I don't want like a splotch of like brown just landed on my face. Yeah, I like this. I think it's very pretty. So Charlotte Tilbury, you've captured my heart yet again. I'm just going to use one of my cheek colors that I already have since I didn't buy one. Today I'm going to be using Laura Mercier in the shade Rosé. It's a pretty color and it's kind of like a neutral pink, so it's not bright. It just kind of wakes up the cheeks a little bit. And it's also not a lot of pigment right off the bat, so you're not like splat big pink on your cheek. There we go. Warm up the tip of the nose and the chin. And of course, I always have to go into my bronzer a little bit. Just a little bit. I forgot to mention, one of the first things I usually like to do when starting my makeup is to go in with a lip balm, especially if I'm going to be wearing a matte lipstick like I will be today. And remember, I bought the Summer Fridays, the Lip Butter Balm. I have worn it a couple times. I like it. I will say, I've had my, I think I showed you, yeah, I will say that I've used the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. This is the one that's like basically empty. I have them in clear also. I like to use those. I feel like they are a little thicker and they last a little longer on the lips. But for makeup preparation, this is nice because you only need the tiniest amount. I mean the tiniest. So I only put the tiniest amount on just to hydrate my lips. Then I actually dab a little bit off and I just let that be while I'm doing my makeup. Because then before I go in with my lip product, I will either dab more off or maybe this will be, you know, have dissipated a little bit, because you certainly don't want a full greasy lip to go in with your lip products. Now we're going to go into my Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity Eye Palette. I love this so much. If you saw my other video, you saw that the purple shade is broken, and when I picked it up the other day, it actually fell out, so I'm holding it in there so it doesn't fall out. Yeah, as it happens, I probably wouldn't have gotten a lot of use out of that color, but I'm gonna have to be extra gentle with it. Do you see all those beautiful colors in there? Oh, I am just mesmerized by these. But today, because we're gonna be doing a bold red lip, we're gonna go with a little more of a neutral eye. And you're like, neutral eye with that? Girl, I don't think so. Well, you're right. Normally I probably wouldn't use this with a red lip, but I do want to try these colors. So I am going to go, let's see, what are we going to do? All right, I think I'm going to do a very kind of neutral pink look. I'm going to go in with this color here as my crease color, and then I think I'm going to go with this shade here on the lid. Now I'm going to show you, because remember I told you how, you know, one shadow can have at least 3 different looks depending on how you put it on. Well, let me show you with this one. All right, so just dipping my finger in the pan and getting it on my finger, and I put it on. If I were to just go on, look at that. Do you see that color payoff? Yeah, it's fantastic. If I were to go in with a flat brush like this and just dab it in the pan and then put it on my eyes, you see how that is instantly so much like lighter? That's just patting it on there. Do you see? And then if I were to use a fluffy brush, go in the pan with the fluffy brush, there's almost nothing. There's just the slightest little pink like shimmer. So as you can see, your brushes, your tools make all the difference when it comes to applying your makeup. That's why I have so many. Now the funny thing is that shade is much more bronzy than it is in the pan. It came out it looks in the pan much more pink. So I don't know if I'm gonna use that color. Maybe I'll use a different one. But I'm definitely going in with this pink for my crease / transition shade. And I've already primed my eyes with my paint pot in Painterly from MAC. And here I'm just defining the crease. And I used just the tiniest little bit out of the pan, like one dab in and knock off the extra color. And just blend, blend, blend. This isn't patchy, it's going on very nicely. And honestly, for an everyday look, you could just go like this, throw on some mascara, and boom, you're done. I mean, this is a very nice, basic, everyday shade. All right, so I want to see what these other colors are going to look like. So let's go in with this one here and this one here and see what we got. So they're both very similar golds, like very similar. Let's put them on here. Sure. All right, let's put them underneath here. And let's see what we got. Okay, I guess this one here is, can we see this? Like, I'm like twisted. I think that's like a little more of a bronzy gold. This is a more of a yellow gold. I don't know if you can see that. So I like the more yellow gold, which was this one here on the bottom. So I'm gonna put that one on my lid. Just for some sparkle and shine, because girls, that's all I want is to sparkle and shine. I'm gonna use my flat brush and just dab it on there. Now, I could dampen the brush and that would give it much more shine immediately, but that's not what I'm looking for. I wanna just, oh yeah. I want my eyes to just like be awake, catch the light, and don't forget, I'm gonna have a red lip on, so I can't have crazy eyes today. There, I'm super pleased with that. Nice and bright and sparkly and shiny. Now on this eye, same thing, just patting it on there. And because I have down my Painterly paint pot from MAC, this will just stick nicely. It'll adhere, it's not going to fall off during the day. Because if you just put this on a bare eye, it will just start to go away over time. Additionally, if you are using concealer for priming your eyes, which I don't recommend, concealer tends to have a little bit of oils in it, basically, so with all the smiling and moving that your face does, the concealer will move too. It just won't dry and be stiff. However, for your primers, you want them to dry and be stiff and have a little tackiness so that your products stick to it. And that's what I want, and that's what will happen. Look at how nice and natural, well, as natural as I can be, but just like neutral, yet still like a little pop of zing. It's exactly what I want. So this is a basic look. I will be giving you more looks from this palette, like in other videos, but for just like a basic everyday, I love this. This reddish brown shade down here, I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush and I'm going to go under the lash line just to give a little definition there, because I love that. And there we go. And how easy was that? All right, now I'm gonna go back into my Film Star Bronze and Glow to do some highlighting. Just going to take this little fluffy brush here, load her up, tap, ooh, she's very powdery. And I've heard that this is more of like a subtle glow, which I could use some subtlety in my life. Yeah, that is a little more subtle, but I can tell that it's definitely buildable. Yeah, I think that's very pretty. And I'm going to just work that in because I don't want it to be like a stripe on my face. So I am going to just blend her in. Just a little bit on the chin, a little bit. Don't go crazy. And then of course I have to highlight my nose. I like to do right on the slope here. It is pretty subtle. I will give it that. What do we think? Do you see it? Is it there? Am I glowing? I think I'm also going to use it for my inner corner highlights. Let's see how it is in the inner corner since I didn't do that. Oh, I think that's a nice inner corner highlight. Oh my goodness, now she's all bright and awake. Yeah, I think this highlight is really pretty, especially if you want something that's a little more natural and not like crazy blinding. Yeah, I like it a lot. So I'm glad this was only $29 because I wanted to try it. So we'll see how long it takes me to get through it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get the bigger one at some point. Or maybe I'll just keep buying the little one. Who are we kidding? $29 for this? Totally worth it. All right, I'm going a little out of order from how most people do it. I should do my mascara next, but I'm actually gonna do my setting spray. I don't like when setting spray gets on my mascara because it can transfer if my mascara hasn't fully dried down, even though I wear waterproof mascara. So here we are with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. Okay, it says no melting, no fading, no creasing. No way. We'll see. Here we go. Yeah, I like this a lot. It has a really light, fine mist, so I don't feel like I have water droplets on my face. feels like it's gonna dry down quickly enough. I actually fan it out sometimes. All right, so let me give this 30 seconds to just set down, and I'm gonna curl my lashes, and I'll be right back to do my mascara. Lashes are curled, and we're going in with my all-time holy grail. It's the Dior Show Iconic Over Curl in Waterproof. I don't know, I feel like I talk about this, or at least mention it in almost every video. I can't get over how much I love it. And you're probably gonna be like, girl, that looks like other mascaras you wear. Well, one of the major differences is that this keeps my lashes up all day, hence the over curl. It's not thick. My lashes don't get clumpy. I just love how they look with this mascara. I'm able to like separate them out. But listen, there are so many great mascaras out there. I mean, we've already been through a bunch and I love them all, but this is the one that I will always have a soft spot in my heart for. We just get along so well. I of course have it in my under eye, as I always do when I'm filming. It never happens when I'm just doing my makeup for me. Yep, that's how I like my lashes to look. Thanks, Dior. Now, I forgot to mention, I have been giving the Pharmacy Honey Halo test drive. I've used it both morning and night to see how I like it, and I like it like both times. At night, I used more, and for daytime, I used less. And during the day, it didn't feel greasy or heavy. I didn't get like shiny or anything like that. It was beautiful for during the day. At night, I put it extra on when I woke up in the morning. Skin looked great, felt great. I wasn't dry. I really like this. I'm looking forward to, keep using it throughout the winter, and hopefully, along with my other products, this will just be the gem that I need to keep my skin juicy. Here we go, we're rounding home. It's time for my Patrick Ta lip products. These are in the color That's Why She's Late. Now, if you remember, it is a red velvet matte. So I do like to keep the lip balm on. However, I don't want there to be a lot of lip balm on because I don't want this to be able to like slide around. So I'm gonna dab some off. Dabbed. Gonna go in first with the lip crayon, the lip liner, and I just love this. I just love that. I think it's so great. Not to mention, isn't this just the prettiest thing? Oh, she's so pretty. All right, so red. I need a nice steady hand. I need to go slow because I don't want to look like some murder clown standing on the side of the road. The stress of it. Okay, lip crayon on. Went on nicely, it was smooth, it didn't drag. Here's the thing with lips. They're not like a mirror image from one side to the other, so just like balancing that out. And now into the world's prettiest like lipstick packaging. Let's see here. Look how pretty that is. Oh, such a pretty color. All right, here we go. I like that color. All right, now, as you can see, my lips are uneven. That's how they're built. Do you see this? So I can like fill that in with lip liner, and I can also use concealer to clean up. So I take like a flat brush like this, just get a little bit off of my concealer wand. I'm gonna dab it on my hand so I'm not going in with a lot. And I can clean up anywhere that I may have gone out of the lines. And that'll give you a nice, crisp look. There, crisped it up. Crisped. Now, even though this is like a velvet matte lipstick, I'm still just gonna dab it a little bit. to take off any excess because I don't want there to be too much. There we go. Oh, look it. And back to our concealer because girl just doesn't have it together. There we go. There you have it. Here is my holiday sales event 20% off face. Thanks, Sephora. I love everything that I used. There's nothing here that I want to return. I'm super pleased with everything. I'm looking forward to seeing if this actually does extend the wear of my makeup. It actually says that it's also a primer, so I am going to be trying that out without using the Hydro Grip Primer. So I'll just use this and then go in with my foundation, and we'll see if that also helps to extend the life of my makeup. But I don't know, I feel like this is kind of, now listen, this is not a face that I'm, gonna go running around the grocery store to, although maybe I will today, but even so, you're only gonna see half of it because it's masked from here down. But if I were to, be so lucky as to go out to dinner or maybe, an event somewhere, when will that be? I'm very happy with this face. I think it's a lovely, like, neutral, yet, kind of a little glam. I'm really, really happy with it. I am going to be doing some more, neutral eyes, neutral face, and bold lip, and we'll see how we like that because you can rock that for every day, and I think I want to do that. Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did. Well, let's face it, I had more fun than you did, but I'm so happy with all these products. If you got stuff from the Sephora sale, let me know. Put it in the comments. I want to know what you got because maybe I need it and I didn't know it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. I upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 12:15. Thank you so much for joining me this week for my Sephora holiday sales event. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. And I will see you soon. Mwah.